brightening, hydrating around the forehead, and so in all different parts of her face, she was able to apply the mask. But when it was done, her skin was actually glowing. It was beautiful. You could see it looks very clean. Okay, so whether or not you can use them in combination, I don't know, but she did, and her results were awesome. So, Jonathan, do you have that information or?
I'm still trying to find it. So
Oh, okay. And that's
I'll
fine.
when I do find it, I'll send it out.
That's fine. So Jonathan has some information to show what combination to be, can be used. But like I said, we've used all five on one face. It was fine. This basically has, like I said, every area of your skin or face that people have issues with. There is a mask for it, so it's exciting. And most of these conditions that people have can be taken care of with the mask. So I'm really, really excited. If you guys haven't tried it yet, they're coming out with a sample pack. It's not quite available yet, but they're coming out with the little foil packs of all of them. So in 2 weeks, Miss Carol said, she said. So we will have those for to leave behind for somebody that wants to try it out. If they're not sure exactly how it would work, that would be a great thing to leave behind. And again, for you to be able to get clients on these particular masks, a salon would be good. Facial plate people that do facials and skin and all those things are very good people to approach. All the resources are not available yet on each one of the individual products, but I'm sure it's coming. So I was looking to Resource Center and we don't have it yet. But again, it's self-explanatory. If you read them and the little clips that they have on each one of them, you can tell basically what it does. So that's it for products, and I'm excited about the new artistry line. The new studio, we haven't covered that, but another week I will cover the studio line, which is an excellent line. My daughter just loves it because all the colors and the combinations of different things that can be used is exciting. So let's just go ahead and start promoting the artistry line because guys, everyone is concerned about skin and anti-aging and all the different things that we worry about. So that's it, guys. Thank you.
All right. So hi guys. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is streaming, and I've been ever since we went to that function. We went to Spring Leadership, and they were a lot of people were actually talking about what Trevor and Lexi Baker were talking about. It's not, oh, should I listen to a stream today? It's how many streams I can get in a day, And so I got the Extreme BSM. If anybody doesn't know what that is our latest tool that we have that includes, I'm not gonna do a tool review here, that has all of our streams in it and all of our videos and video sharing and talks and streams sharing and the plan showing and the literature. I got the pro version, that's the top one, okay. So I've been listening. That's a paradigm shift. I've been listening to as many streams as I can a day since I have unlimited access, Mhm. So I have an attitude, Okay, and so so the stream I was listening to was everybody take this down, and if you haven't listened to it yet, you have to listen to it and study it. Okay, this is what our uplines, Campton and Naja, have been telling us. And that stream is BWW2204. There's another one, I've listened to that one also. And then, of course, there's the Shonoi one. Those are the three hot ones. But this one here was, we actually got it April the 1st. So we've been listening to it over and over. And every time you listen to a stream, you always get something new out of it, And so if you are new to the business or you're just about to embark in the business, you are going to be adding activities and different focuses to your life, to your routine, whatever routine you have. right? And on this stream, he makes it very, very, very clear, and so does Alexi. Okay, it's success is not just about adding stuff. Okay, you also have to take stuff out. All right, so you got to I don't know if you guys remember John Maxwell's book, not John Maxwell, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. It says do 5 things. Decide what you want when you want it. What are you willing to give up, and who you're going to listen to. Trevor and Lexi Baker, and plan to work and work the plan. Okay, so that was the one message. Because I don't when we're doing stream and book, we don't need to regurgitate the whole thing. I'm just giving you one takeaway from it that's practical and you could put to use right away. Look at your routine. Take out what is burning up your time and has low return on investment, and replace it with reading every day, listening every day, having conversations every day, or dropping the message every day. Okay, so take out so you can put in. Because if you don't take out, it will be, as he said on the stream, it'll be like I'm trying to run up a hill full speed and adding a whole bunch of rocks in your back, in your knapsack. That's what they call it, a knapsack. Oh, right, okay. I don't know, all of these different terms, Okay, so it is a trans. I mean, he talks so fast, eh? Yeah. He talks so fast, but it's so good. Every sentence is like a wow, And let yeah, man. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, if you haven't signed up for XBSM, talk to the person, your business partner, whoever. Ask them if you could if you can get a credit or listen to it. Okay, it's worth your while. Listen to it. I'm going to I'm going to see if I can pull it up here, and I'm going to play a little. I'm just going to, because he says so much stuff in it. I didn't get a chance to really cue it up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to randomly pull it to the middle, and you could listen to it, just a little bit of it. Okay, just a little excerpt, like a movie trailer, Yeah. It's buffering, so I'm waiting for it to come up. And anyway, there are other streams that you could listen to. And again, if you are going to listen to as many streams as you can, what I did personally is I took out all the YouTube and the Netflix and the this and the that. I took all of that out. Now I have time to listen to many, many, many streams. I'm like a walking streamer, Not to be mixed up with the streaker. Anyway, hold on. All right, so I'm taking it to the middle. Let's take a quick listen. Buffering.
You didn't even go to sleep. Like, you just took a shower and came into work, and they're like, think you're crazy. But looking back on all that stuff, now those are the times where those were the best times. Because that's the character development time. That's the times when you're not having people applaud you when you come home. You're not having people being like, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. Like, what's your name? And why don't you take pictures with you and all that kind of stuff. And that building and the going diamond is so different than being a diamond.
You got that? Going diamond is different than being diamond. When you're doing it, all your other friends who are not in the business going to be like, what are you doing? Well, they don't have the mindset. They don't have the goals. They haven't taken out what they need to take out in order to put in what they need to put in. Here's another excerpt, and then I'm finished.
You will quit. As long as you lean into mentorship, you lean into your coach, and you allow them to help walk you through this journey, you will eventually experience what we call an informed optimism. When you
got it? Lean into your mentorship. Get with whoever is mentoring you, your business partner, and get this thing done, man.
Okay, that's awesome. Let's give Shannon a big hand. Okay. So since we are actually having a new format, we're gonna have a transition. We're not gonna have a host that's gonna go real quick in between and all that stuff. We're just gonna come up and speak. So today, since we did not have a chance to go ahead and do all the scheduling, we will do that today. I will go ahead and do the book. So last month, book of the month was an incredible book, guys. If you read this book, it is so amazing because it talks about making accountable decisions. Now, when you listen to Trevor and Lexi Baker, just as Kenneth was talking about, almost 90% of what they said came out of this book.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I thought you were really smart. Okay. But if you read the book, you will understand that readers, leaders are readers.
Yeah.
And when they read these things, they read them and they apply it in their life, and that's the whole goal behind reading. To read a book. Now, I don't know, for most people, when they graduate school, they don't read again. They're like, pick up a book, forget about it. They will read these Harry Potter series and all these different series of books this thick, and it actually does nothing for you. Honestly, does it ever get you anywhere or help you in your life? In anything that you do. And so with our program, we talk about, the asset building in this business. One of the first asset that you build is yourself. Okay, so one of those things that we have that we recommend as part of honoring the partnership is reading. They say read 15 to 20 minutes every single day. And that little bit that you start to read, just like Kenneth was talking about, as Lexi was saying, when you start reading 15 to 20 minutes, before you know it, you'll be reading and reading and reading, and it'll be an hour and you're still reading, because you're not just reading to just do the check mark reading, but you're reading because you're trying to improve yourself and you're actually getting in what you're reading. Okay. So I was really excited when I read this book. And in each one of the chapters that you read, there's a lesson to be done in the back. I would strongly urge you, you don't have to write in your book, but take a book and start writing your answers to how you would answer those questions based on your the way you think right now, because this is all about making accountable decisions. So the first one here we have, at the beginning of the book, it says, what you believe about your future will drive actions today. And basically it says your future is designed by what you speak and then what you do, not the other way around, right? So be careful, guys, what you speak, what you think about, whatever, that will manifest itself. And a lot of people think, if I do the action, it would help me get farther. And that's why sometimes you see people who are not, where they want to be or farther along, is because it's not the action, it's what your thoughts are. What do you speak? What are you saying? What are you manifesting? What are you saying every single day? Do you always say to yourself, oh, I have a hard time contacting, or I have a hard time talking to people, or I have a hard time, whatever it is that you're manifesting, basically what you're saying to yourself, everything else just falls into that motion. And that is what the results you're going to get. So that's the first chapter. And, I was reading this, we took a real quick trip, and I was reading this on the plane, and I just kept reading and reading and reading because it was just so much information. And it says, the next chapter says, choose what you think. And again, it comes back to your thoughts. What are you thinking? What are you, what are you manifesting? What are you saying about yourself? What are you believing about yourself? It's the other one that says, I'm not going to go through each one because it's and the book is a very quick, easy read, but more important, the lessons on the back is like one of the questions. It says, how does your ego edge into the words you use and the actions you take? That's something that you have to actually think about, and so it says, the author says, as you're reading, take the time, because it could take you a month or whatever to finish the book. But it's very important, because see, the first thing to do to make a change into anything is to recognize what it is that you have to change. And so after you go through those lessons, you will understand exactly what it is that you need to change based on your view of yourself, what it is that you think about yourself, and what your actions are. Okay. And the other one here that says be courageous, is that it is very easy to make assumptions about people, their situation, and their choices without having all the facts and without having been in their situation. Understanding what they have dealt with, we just cannot know why they have made the decisions that they have. Okay. And
The artistry thing.
okay, perfect. And so basically, what it's talking about is that, I've always heard this. I heard this very earlier on in the business. You should never judge someone unless you've walked in their shoes, because you have no idea what they're dealing with. So understanding people and understanding, always put yourself in the situation, and you will always make the right decision. And you won't just make a decision for yourself or selfishly making a decision, but you'll always make it for the people that it can actually help. Okay, so that's the book, guys. I'm not going to go much longer because we are timed for like 10 minutes on book. So if you haven't read this book, or if you read it and you kind of breeze through it, I would strongly urge that you go back and start doing those lessons, because doing the lessons allow you to think. Okay, so that's one of the book that was last month book of the month. Now, one of the things that we are changing, starting, I guess it's going to be starting next week when we do the Pase, is to keep the book very current. Because we want to make sure that we're talking about the book of the month. We want to keep it current so that we can get people. I mean, we read a lot of books. This is just one of 4 different books that I'm reading. So, but if I read all those other things, it's irrelevant to you. And for the new people that are getting started, it is irrelevant to you, because this is our program that we subscribe to. And like I said, it is a book of the month. So we want to make sure that we are talking about that book. Okay. So Jonathan just sent me something here, and I will have him go ahead and forward it to everyone, because it is quite lengthy, but it basically has all the different masks that we just talked about, the where to use it, and how to apply it in combination of the different type of masks. So that's it, guys. I'm done.
Jonathan is up. Rod is up next.
We'll bring you back up to Rodney Wilson. Yay!
Hey team, it's an honor and a privilege to be presenting at Pace today. So today I'm going to be talking about what I got, what I started after the function, which was pretty much the 90-day core run. So immediately out the gate from the function, I was like, okay, it's time to really buckle down, get the 90-day core run done. Because after the night owl with Sanjeev, when we were able to ask him some clarifying questions, I was like, okay, I want to get the 90-day core run done correctly. So immediately the day after, the day the function ended, I went out, shared my story with a young guy, and I'm actually booking an MG1 with him this week based on that activity. So after that, the main thing I wanted to do was make sure that I'm getting my accountability in, because I can't feel like I'm so great that I can't get feedback from my mentors. And Kamta pretty much said something that was so profound at the function. He said, can you really say that you did the 90-day core run without, the feedback of your uplines, without getting that coaching and mentoring and that guidance? So that's what I've been doing. Every day I've been sending out the accountability message. Sometimes late at night, I try to get it in, right before hitting the pillow. So I've been doing that. Pretty much how I'm structuring it is, I'm putting all my uplines on the BMP, and then I say today I shared my story, broke the ice with this guy at the store. And then I would put like a little snippet of the message, over text. He said, I said, he said, I said. So it's kind of like a dialogue based on how the flow of the conversation went. And really, I'm doing that because I want to get feedback from my mentors. I want that coaching and guidance so that I could, I guess, have a share my story and my DTM and all of that. I'm pretty confident about it already, but I'm saying, hey, if I let my mentors see it and they correct me on a few things, or if they tweak a few things, then it could go from good to great. And I definitely want to get it to great, so that I can get a number at will, get contacts at will. Because what I realized is, in order to get the business going, of course you have to get 10, 20 people in the process at one time. That's when you really, really get big momentum going. So I want to build that momentum up. So I've been going out every day, making sure that I share that story, even if it's a rush story. I could always go home and, like Trevor said, you go home and pat yourself on the chest and say, hey, I shared my story today. So that's the idea behind the share my story part. Also, keeping up with the habits too. The habits are key. You know, first the streaming and the book. Kenneth did an awesome job on the streaming. I've listened to that one over and over again, and Nadia with the book. Those two things are key to your 90-day core run as well. It actually keeps you focused, keeps you engaged. You want to put a takeaway in there from both your streaming and your book for the day, right? Whatever you read, whatever you streamed, make sure that you put a takeaway in there so that it's not only like your upline is spying on you, it's like you feel really good about yourself that, hey, I did what I needed to do for my business today, right? And that helps you build that confidence to keep going, right? Because of course you can't go buy confidence, you got to build it, right? So also along with that, Kenneth has set up, a 90-day core run logs. I've been logging every day. Okay, this is day 1, this is day 2, this is day 3. I'm on this particular day of the core run. Today is day 8 of the core run. So I'm gonna go from 8 straight to 90, straight to 365 days, just to make it a consistent a daily thing to share my story. Because if you don't share your story, your business is not gonna grow. So I urge you to get that one thing right. I mean, for you it might not be the 90-day core run. For you it just might be the 30-day core run. For you it might just be getting your 15 minutes of reading in. For you it might just be getting the streaming. So basically, wherever you're at right now, you definitely want to do the best to actually meet that commitment, because it's all about what commitment did you make to yourself, not necessarily the commitment you made to your uplines. So whatever commitment you made to yourself, if you said, hey, I'm going to do the 30-day core run and I'm not going to stop, and then I'm going to move on to the 90-day core run, as well as, it's up to your coach, who's mentoring you, to say, hey, you're good to go to move on to the next step, to the next phase. But whatever phase you're at in the business, the point I'm making is whatever phase you're at, do that phase to the best of your ability, because you're not really going to build that confidence. And then you're always going to be stuck in the loop of beating yourself up. And that's not where you want to be in business. You want the business to be fun. You want this to be enjoyable. You want to see great growth. You don't want to have regrets later on down the line. You just want to knock it out, like Kenneth said. Let's all just get together and knock this thing out, because I believe this year is the year of the PDOT, the year of the Gala team, the year of BWW, the year of Amway in general, right? So the growth is all around, the growth is happening. But for you personally, it all starts with those daily habits. And what I'm doing personally is, like I said, starting with the 90-day core run. So whatever phase you're at, get a game plan with your coach, your mentor, whoever's helping you in the business, so that you could move on to the next phase. So with that, I'm done.
Awesome. And real quickly, before we move on to the next thing, so Anthony and Carol are doing the 90-day core run. Jonathan is doing the 90-day core run. Rod is doing the 90-day core run. And Julia Rose is doing the 90-day core run. I hope I'm not missing anybody else out, And I want you guys to give Julia Rose a nice clap, because she has committed to getting a contact every day. Okay. Okay. Tallahassee, we have some new folks in the room there with you. So could you go ahead and introduce the people, who they are, who the uplines are, what they're excited about? Occupation, social security number. No, just kidding.
I'll put you back against this wall. Yes, take your mug shot. So yes.
Mm-hmm. Right, go ahead.
All right.
Let me see up. Yeah.
One second. Let me just make sure. Good stuff.
See, okay, that's right.
Okay, you're up.
Hello everyone. My name is Sanjeev Gangadharan. I've gotten into my second month of the daily core run, and my upline, my direct upline is Krishna and Sujata Raichur. They're part of PK and Anjana team in Atlanta, who are part of Raj and Sangeeta Shah. So I'm really glad to be part of the Tallahassee base, right? Yes, base meeting, and hopefully the Tuesday meetings too. Thank you very much.
We have one more coming up.
Hello, my name is Antonio Castellanos, and my direct upline is JL, and above the emerald upline is Mahata and Amar. And I went to the Spring Leadership Conference, and I was so with before, but I got really fired up in that conference, and I'm ready to rock Tallahassee.
That's it from us here.
Okay, what we can do, let them just keep moving the conference first time, then compensate.
Okay, so everybody who's been to the conference for the first time, could you please come up, state your name, and one takeaway? What excited you? And what excited you about the function?
Go ahead. Okay, I see. There you go. Yes. Go ahead, bro.
Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Jeff T. Chevron. One takeaway that I got from the conference was just it's not you. Like just because you don't get somebody into the business, or just because you don't make a sale, or just because they don't go the route you expect it to be, doesn't mean that it's your problem. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to help somebody else get to the life that they want to have, and if their dream is not big enough, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily your problem, or it's necessarily that you're in the wrong. It's just them. If they don't want to fulfill their dream, you can't. And you already supplied them with the asset to get their dream. That's if they don't take it, it's up to them. So that's one big thing I took away.
Hi everyone, I'm Deja Hawkins. The Spring Leadership was my first conference, and the main thing that I took from it is that don't let your past or your circumstances define your future or where you want to go, and just dream big. And then once you think you've already dreamed big, dream even bigger. And the impossible will be possible as long as you put the work into it. So.
Awesome.
One more. Oh, you too,
Hey everybody, Brittany Jones. I got a lot of wonderful things from Spring Leadership. The one main key thing that stood out to me was about eagles and how when there's a storm, eagles fly into the storm so that they can catch the wind of the storm and soar higher than they normally would. And don't associate with chickens. So I need to find some more eagles so that we can sort this thing out and
So again, this was my first. My Spring Leadership was in. Was it Spring Leadership?
Yeah.
Okay, in St. Louis, Missouri. So it just happened after my 30-day core run ended. So it was like during those 30-day core runs, like I had all these things floating around in my head, and that's where it sort of just converged. So so what I got out of it is like a difficult question to answer, but I would say that as soon as the leadership, the conference was done, and the bus ride back home, I sat with my mentor and came up with that 90-day game plan, which I thought is the only thing that I needed at that point. So I think that is what my takeaway is. So thank you.
Awesome.
So the Spring Leadership Conference was very big eye opener. But the main thing that I got out of it with 100 other things was this is not about the money. This is not about everybody else. Yes, it becomes that later on, but this is people business and how many lives you want to affect. But starting with yours first.
Awesome.
All right, good stuff. I think that no, he's your first one.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh.
It was for Spring Leadership. Come, you
Whoa,
go,
whoa,
girl.
whoa.
You go, girl. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hey y'all, my name is Joey Rose.
Hey.
It's kind of
Hi.
kind of love putting me on. So I'm trying to keep it quirky. Nah, show everyone like Joey Rose. But one thing I took away many things, but one thing that I have to keep in mind from what I got from the spring conference is act like you want to be somewhere different from a year, month, or week from now. And that's why I am taking 90-day core run seriously, and especially when it comes to doing the contacts. I actually have 2 MG1s this week, and I'm freaking out about it.
Hey.
But it's finally moving forward.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
seems so. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One more from here.
First spring leadership. Let's go. Many takeaways as well, you know, of course. Biggest takeaway for me is, I guess, would be that I've always had my own very personal shaky relationship with God, and I've slowly been like getting real close to Him, my own personal way, because there's a lot of things that just don't make sense unless you know, believe in a higher power. But you know, this was my first time also going to a conference's church service, and it was actually a very moving service. Ray and his wife, man, you know, people are stupid. You know? Things just don't make sense. 50 or 5. 50 or 5. You can't explain it. That's every MG1 should be 50 or 5.
That's it.
Good call.
Which one?
That's a good point. Good job. I think that's us here.
All right, a lot of good stuff here, huh?
All right, everybody. I want you to help me bring up our leaders, our uplines, our mega sapphires going mega diamond, mega emerald, mega everything. Captain 90%.
Good pace today. It was an impromptu pace. I want to thank everybody for putting out their best effort there because we're going to be changing up the format a little bit compared to what we used to do before. Nadia and I, Kenneth and Celia, we spoke about it, and we want to put more emphasis on product and more emphasis on the process and also the books and the stream. In the sense that, especially the book and the stream, we want to not just, like we say, just repeat something that you read, but how it impacted you, you know? And same thing with the stream. What did you learn there in the stream that is impactful for you? So we're going to be putting more emphasis in that area. Also in the process itself, from the sharing a message to getting a launch. We're going to eventually be doing role plays. We're going to be entertaining questions based on whatever we're doing that week. We're not looking for 1 million questions, maybe about 5 questions each per week, so that we can focus on those questions. Also, like Rod was doing his school run. And that's why I asked him, because he's been sending, since the function, he's been sending messages all the time. In fact, the last message I got from Rod was at 2:45 a.m. Rod,
I had to do it before I went to sleep.
Okay. And I couldn't go to sleep until I got the message from Rod. No, keep up the good work. Very proud of all of you guys. But what I like about the messages that you're sending is, in like Sanjeev said about how you send your message. He say, I said, he say, I said. You're also writing there what you learned from it. The last one you sent, you thought that it was a little bit too fast. You said everything in one sentence pretty much, you know. And so you're actually analyzing what you did, what you need to change, and all of that. So that's very good. You know, um, you know. Welcome to. We have two new friends out there, Sanjeev and Antonio. We'd like to welcome you guys to the Pace meeting. And also the open meeting on Tuesday nights. I know Celia is the host out there. She's going to give you the information for the meeting and so on out there. We'll love to have you participate and be a part of the team out there. And so you know what? I have not to say something, and then we'll just wrap up here.
Awesome. Well, like Kanta said, you know, Sanjeev's upline, our PK and Anjana, who are emeralds out here, and I actually got a text from them yesterday saying that, you know, that he will be plugging into the Tallahassee team, and we're really excited to have you there. So the whole idea is to, you know, grow your business, and you know, while you attribute to the team there in Tallahassee and being able to help you guys just kind of feed off each other and help each other, because that's how you build your team. So we're really excited to have all the new people there, and it was great to hear from everyone who did go to the conference for the first time. A lot of good takeaways, and I know that the functions just get better, every single function. And it's not that it gets better, it's just that you get better. So I'm excited for your next conference, because that will be incredible. I know that we have BBS that are coming up next week. We have here in Atlanta, I believe on the 11th, May 11th, we have Rick and Tony Fairchild, who are going to be the speaker here out in the South Side. So that is exciting. Make sure that you find out where you guys need to be in as far as your BBS. There is 2 out here in Atlanta. We have 1 on the following week as well. So find out from your upline where you want to be, and just let us know. You know, just like I said, communicate with your upline. But here's my awesome husband. We're excited about building this business, guys. We're excited about getting out there, just like Trevor and Lexi was talking about. You know, just getting out there every single day, and just like Rod said, you know, share your story, even if, you know, Kamta and I made a real quick trip, and you know, it's funny because, you know, I knew I had to, you know, drop my message, and I did, and you know, it happened to be out of the country, but I got a number, you know, and I'm excited about it because you know, it's someone that is hungry and is looking, and so that's what we look for. So here's my awesome husband.
And you know, I like to go to this lady, because if she get a number, she's be looking at me a little crossly, like, I got a number. So I got the message with the young man there who used to live here out in the States, and so I actually have to go back there Tuesday quickly for a day or 2 to take care of it, to wrap up my business. But we're looking to expand wherever we go, you know. But the whole purpose behind our change in the format of the PACE meeting is so that every participant or person who's going to participate in doing something in the PACE, like the book or the streaming or whatever part they're going to be doing, that they must read the stream. I mean, they must read the book of the month. We're now looking for some book that we did 2-3 months back. So you're going to be doing the book of the month, which is actually going to force people to get onto the system. That's one with the book. Also the stream. If you're going to be doing the stream, it's going to be the stream of the week, because you get a stream every week, right?
You get a few.
A few, right? So you're going to do, if you're on the and like Kenneth and everyone who's on the unlimited, we love it. I mean, it's non-stop streaming. You know, yeah, you know. So
and if because they're students,
yeah. come around.
I forgot to say one thing. How I afforded to get the full blown thing is that I looked at how much food we were eating out, and so we cut all of that out. And because we cut all of that, I could afford to get the streaming. Okay, so look at your zero-based budget and see what you can cut out. You know, you don't have to see Endgame 5 times. No, I'm just kidding. You know, but you get the idea.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good stuff. Okay, so from next week, during the week, myself and the team members are going to be speaking as to who going to be the, the whole thing, the host, what time we're going to be speaking on. I know the videos of the products used to be nice, but it was just a video people watch. Sometimes most people don't watch it. But with the new way we're going to be doing the products, we're going to get involved in the cost per use. We're going to go, like Nadia said, she's going to go and get some comparison of some either pure, clarifying or brightening mask of comparable quality, and we'll get the price so you can show people those type of things, So we're going to get in more in details in all aspects of their business now. And so that's it for this week for the PACE meeting. And all you all have to your phone team to set up your appointments. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Happy birthday, Chile.
Birthday for Chile.
Let's sing, come on.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
And you're an amazing person. Continue being that way. Like I said in all my messages, we want to, continue to impact lives everywhere you go, because you are that light that a lot of people need. And so keep on doing what you're doing, and we absolutely love you. And we will talk to you.
Oh, hey, I want to message. Hi, today. I want to wish you a very happy birthday. And may God continue to bless you with the best of health, lots of wealth, success, and happiness, all the good things that you deserve in life. Happy birthday, Celia.
Yay!
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I have a surprise for y'all.